Well, when you know it, tonight makes a year and a half since the last time I abused diphenhydramine. Can you believe that? I really can't. Considering the fact that I was 15 years old the first time I abused diphenhydramine, and the abuse continued throughout the years until I was 28. 13 years. I never thought I'd actually quit. I really didn't. I assumed that I would just continue taking them and that I would die taking them, and for whatever reason, I was okay with that. I was fine with that. I was okay. Now, looking back, now that it has been a year and a half, looking back at 13 years of addiction, 13 years of ridiculous drug abuse, looking back at it, I didn't think much of it at the time, but looking back at it, all I can really think is, God, how stupid. How fucking retarded. Honestly. The high wasn't that great. I don't understand why I was so attached to it. Because I loved it at the time. But when I look back now and think, honestly, the high seems very annoying. Something I don't want. And I haven't wanted it at all. I've had no desire. I haven't, period. I don't want it. I haven't wanted it. Not at all. It's really weird. It got to the point where I was going to ridiculous lengths in order to get my hands on more pills. And it was causing arguments on a pretty regular basis. And one day, I was just like, I'm fucking sick of this. I'm fucking sick of all of it. I don't want to do this anymore. I want it to stop. I want it to end immediately. So, finally, I decided I was done. And I wasn't going to abuse this shit anymore. And I haven't. As you can see, I haven't cut down on the weed, but that's a different story. Who cares about weed? Weed is not going to destroy my liver, my heart, my kidneys, my everything. Okay? I'm really worried sometimes about what kind of damage I might have caused to my body over the past 13 years. But hopefully I'll be okay. I don't do it anymore. Not at all. I quit completely. Like I said, I still smoke weed. Occasionally, I have a drink. And that's it. And I'm doing really good. I'm proud of myself. I'm breaking records every day. I've never, of course, obviously, never gone this long in my entire life. There for a while, I didn't even have a desire to even try to quit. It was really weird. I would walk from my work to the Dollar Tree. I would buy my pills. I would walk back, and it's a fairly long walk, honestly. Stupid shit. When I was on night shift before the pandemic, I would walk to Walmart, buy my pills. That was a hell of a fucking walk. That was stupid. I don't miss it at all. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I think one of the things that really helped to make it real, to make it concrete, this time I was for sure going to quit abusing this shit, was at the 2 month mark, I started making videos. At the 2 month mark, I knew for sure I really wanted to quit. I started making videos, and that really cemented it in the ground, making sure I stuck to it, because if I would relapse, I would have to document it, because my idea was I would document my entire experience, because at the time I was honestly expecting at some point to relapse, and I would document that in my recovery. So the idea was I would document my entire experience, relapses and all, as something that I can look back on. You know, I really thought there would be some relapses. But I think my response to it in my mind was thinking, like, okay, I don't want to have to document relapses. I don't want to have to look back at my failures. So if I have it on video that I'm making progress and I'm doing well, it will be painful for me to have to look back on the progress I made and then have to come to terms with the fact that I relapsed and was a huge disappointment to myself and others around me, of course. And I didn't want to have to do that. So I really think that making the videos really made it concrete. Perhaps if I hadn't started doing that, I wouldn't have been so successful. Who knows? It's just a thought. I could be wrong. Maybe if I hadn't done this, I would have been fine. I don't fucking know. All I know is this. It's been a year and a half now. I'm very pleased with myself. I'm really making progress. So, to celebrate my year and a half mark, I went ahead and I got myself some booze. This is all I'm going to drink for the night. And I rented a movie, which so far is really good. It's called Leaving Las Vegas, starring Nicolas Cage. The movie is based on a book by a dude whose name I can't remember at the moment. But the dude killed himself shortly after finding out they were going to make a movie about his book. You would think that'd give him a reason to live. It didn't. A lot of people around him believe that the book itself was a suicide note. So I guess learning that his book was so successful it became a movie meant jack shit to him. Okay? He was an alcoholic. This movie was about a guy. I'm not going to get into it right now. He's an alcoholic, and it's not important. But that's what I'm watching tonight. And I'm making progress on my addiction. I'm having a good time. Everything is going really well.